up, honey, let's wake up. Hurry up, honey, let's wake up. Hurry up, honey, let's wake up. Let's go.
Hello everyone, Tanya Siddiqui here, and I am excited to introduce you to our guest of today. She has a Master's of Science in Early Childhood Education and a Bachelor of Fine Arts in Acting. She had been an actress and a singer, and now she's an educator and working as a creative director for Sing Into Reading. She teaches literacy to children through music and movement. She provides online classes, and today she is going to demonstrate how she presents her lessons to her students. And she's very kind to offer us 2 free classes and discounted classes to the subscribers of this channel. So let's welcome Riza Beth Cohen. Hi Riza, thanks so much for being here today to talk to us about learning literacy through dance and movements. And I know from experience that music is very beneficial for relaxing our mind and to give us a feeling of calmness and peacefulness. And I often have music in my childcare classes because I think they give an outlet for children to release their emotions and they feel more calm and collected. And also, as an alternative healthcare practitioner, I use music for myself as well as for my clients because I think music is magical. It has so much power, and we don't know much about it. And I was reading your biodata. It is so impressive. And then I also read on your website that you are an actress and a singer. And I was really curious to know, how did you get into teaching literacy through music to children?
Yes, thank you for asking, and thank you for introducing me in that beautiful way and for having me. It is such an honor to be here. I have viewed a number of your videos, and I know that you are so knowledgeable, and that you would invite me onto your program is an honor. So thank you for having me.
Thanks. I'm so delighted.
Well, the feeling's mutual. So you asked how I got into teaching literacy to children. And so when I started acting, it was really out of a sense of, I've always been an idealist. And I've always wanted to make the world a better place in my own way. Mm-hmm. In Judaism, we call it tikkun olam, to heal the world. But every religion wants to heal the world. That's our purpose on earth, make the place better for other people, to serve each other. So I really internalized that and felt that through my acting, I could help people to think differently and feel differently, and art can open people's worlds. And I went into acting as a real idealist and discovered that I could support myself through commercials and tours. And I found myself in a commercial for Kentucky Fried Chicken, and I was a vegan at the time. And I told my agent, I don't want to do this kind of commercial anymore. And that was the end of that relationship, because my agent said, I thought you were an actor. I thought, but I'm an actor who's an idealist, and I want to just do the right thing.
Okay, wow. Okay.
And then in the meantime, I had started working for a day job. Mm-hmm. I had started working at an indoor playground called Play Space in New York City. I lived in New York City at the time, like many actors. And I was just at Play Space, just cleaning up and keeping the kids safe and all of that. And I, as a performer, I saw it as a performance opportunity. So I started doing sing-alongs and puppet shows and read-alouds and storytelling drama and acting out stories with kids and all this fun stuff. And people started coming to my shows all the time. I called them shows. They were classes, but I called them shows. And people would come to my shows all the time. Uh-huh. And after one of my shows, classes, this nanny approached me who had come all the time, 3 or 4 times a week. She was coming to my classes with the kids she was in charge of. And she came up to me after and she told me that she taught art at a school in New York City, and they were looking for a music teacher, and would I apply? And I thought, I'm not a music teacher, but it's not my background. And she said, you are so much better than any music teacher we have ever had, and I really think you should apply. And so I thought, oh, I'll just apply and see what happens. And that was the beginning, and I fell in love with it.
Okay, and what ages do you teach?
So I teach 3 different demographics. I have a baby music membership that is for little babies. A couple of my parents even started when they were pregnant.
Oh, wow.
So you're never too young to learn the
Mhm.
music and to start building a loving literacy foundation for your child. And in the baby music membership, we
Mhm.
do a lot of songs and games to sing and play with your little one. And obviously, a parent is with the baby for the class. And that's for non-walkers. And then my other membership is for kids 2 to 8 and
Mhm.
learning literacy through music and movement.
Okay.
And obviously, I also have to teach phonics and phonemes and a
Yeah.
balanced
Yeah.
curriculum. But the bulk of the class is music and movement. And I also teach, in partner to that, I teach parents. I have
Mhm.
a class teaching parents how to teach your child literacy, because really the parents are the first and most influential teachers of their child. It's
That's
always
right.
been, always, but even more now in the pandemic, but it's always been true. And then the last demographic that I serve is I do private classes with teens and adults with special needs. And those vary widely. They are private classes, so each one is individualized. And some of those students have congenital differences, and some of them are nonverbal. And there's a large, some of them have gross motor issues that we're working on. So they each have their own individual needs that we work on. And those are
Okay.
classes. I started with a membership for that group, but because every one of those students is so needy and has very different needs, I feel that I
Mhm.
serve the population best in private classes.
Okay, that's great. And what improvement have you seen in children through your classes, especially the ones who are special needs students?
Oh, wow. It's hard to answer that quickly, but I'll do my best. I'll start with the special needs students because that's what
Yes.
you asked for. So it depends on the student because, like I said, each one is individualized. So whereas some of those students are really working on verbal communication, I encourage that with different methods. I might offer just 2 choices, like, what do you see outside? Is it sunny or is it cloudy?
Mm-hmm.
That way, even if they're not speaking, they can point to a
Yeah.
choice and choose, and it's communication.
Mm-hmm.
Some of them are not crossing the midline, for example, which affects their writing. So, for example, one student, I instructed him to write a circle in the beginning. I was doing an assessment to see where he was at. And when I asked him to draw a circle and I did a demonstration, he drew a vertical line because he's not crossing the midline. So with that student, we do a lot of gross motor work crossing the midline, and I do a lot of songs and games that do this type of motion crossing in front of the body to help the left and right hemisphere of the brain communicate with each other.
I understand. Yeah. So for different children, you have different techniques.
For sure.
Yeah.
For sure. In my group classes, in the membership, I see the children moving more closer to independent reading.
Mm-hmm.
And, we will start with shared reading. So I will start with a text that they know, like Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star. And we'll read it, I'll read it and they'll read along with me. And it may be recitation, just reading it by rote. But I do encourage all of my students as readers to take that pressure off, to let them know you're right where you need to be. You're reading. Because in my mind, if you are reading faces and if you are reading pictures, you're reading some of the first written alphabets were hieroglyphics. And reading pictures was reading. And it's still true that if your child sees that red stop sign and says stop, they may not be reading the word stop. They may be reading the shape, reading the picture. Some children read the golden arches and say McDonald's, but that's reading. And I want to encourage all my students and say, good reading, good job. And so I'll encourage them, for example, to illustrate a song or a piece of text and then read the picture to me.
Okay.
So it is reading and writing even before we involve letters.
And it sounds really fun while it's engaging the children's brain and help them cultivate communication skills. Wow, I love what you're doing.
Thank you. I love it too. It's my passion.
I can see that, yes. And can you please do a lesson for us to understand what you do?
Sure. So this is a lesson that works well with 4 to 8-year-olds, students who are recognizing some words, but not others. I do involve some of my students in my songwriting projects and in my writing. I'm a writer as well.
Okay. Wow. Okay.
And so this is a song that I had been working on with my students. And when I started it, it was written differently. And I involved my students in the revision project. So when I first read this song to my students, and we'll point to the words and read along as a shared reading piece, but just for fun, I'll play you the song.
Yeah.
Hurry up, honey, let's wake up. Hurry up, honey, let's wake up. Hurry up, honey, let's wake up. Let's go, let's go. Why do you go so slow, slow as a sloth? And you'll notice that when I first wrote this song, and this is just the first verse, there are many verses of the song, but when I first wrote it, it read, hurry up, hurry up. And I love alliteration as a writer. The sound is just magical and it sounds like a breath to me. So I wanted more of it and in a different word. And I talked to the children about my process and they really helped me revise it. So we changed it to hurry up, honey. And then they'll help me with other verses and I'll write in their words. And for a child to see their words, their own words appear on the page is a really empowering experience. It gives them ownership of the song. Earlier, when I sang you, hurry up, honey, let's wake up, I wanted to let you know that this is one of those songs that I call a zipper song. A zipper song is a song when I can take ideas from my students and zip them right into the song. For example, Old MacDonald is a zipper song because I can ask you, what animal did Old MacDonald have on the farm? And you'll tell me, and I'll zip your idea right into the song. And this is another example of a zipper song. I work with them a lot because it allows me to give the students the power to say what goes in the song. So I might say to a student, what should we do after we get up? I said, hurry up, honey, let's wake up. What should we do next? And maybe a student will say, brush our teeth. Maybe a student will say, get dressed. Let's say a student says, get dressed. Then I'll honor that and I'll write down, let's get dressed. So I'm going to fill in 2 words here, get and dressed. And when I'm writing words, I say them really slowly. I stretch them out like taffy to hear every single sound in the word. And so I can write down every sound in it. So I'm going to say this word slowly, this word get, and I'm going to listen for that first sound in get. I heard g. I'm going to get that down. I have g. Let's see what comes after G. Get. I heard eh. I have yeah. Let's see what comes after eh. Get. You heard it. Yes. I know. It's so exciting because you can hear it. It's so exciting. Get. We have get. And now we need a finger space because there's a new word. And the new word is dressed. What sound did you hear? And I'll ask the students for.
Okay.
What sound did you hear at the beginning of dressed? Did you hear dra, 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 which sounds like a J, dra, dra, dra. But I know that when D and R get together, and this is a tricky thing about English, you guys, when D and R get together, they go dra, dra. I know, English is crazy. So after dra, let's see what comes next. Dressed. I heard eh, just like eh in get. Dressed. Let's see what comes after eh. Dressed. I heard s. I have dress. Let's see what comes next. Dressed. I heard t. And I know that when I hear t at the end of a word, it's usually D or ED. In dressed, it's ED. So I've dressed. Now I'll write it here. Get, dr, So here I'm blending, get, and here I'm segmenting. I'm saying one sound at a time. I won't say that to the students. I'm saying that to you as an educator. Get, dr, So then we can read it together. Slow as a sloth. Hurry up, honey, let's get dressed. Hurry up, honey, let's get dressed. Hurry up, honey, let's get dressed. Let's go, let's go. Why do you go so slow, slow as a sloth? And in fact, I am not only a songwriter, I'm also a children's book writer. Some of the children's books that I am writing are just beautiful, poetic, lyrical. I wrote this song.
Wow.
Some of my stories are literacy teaching tools, and this song is one that I've converted into a book, which I can share with a writer. I'm not so much an illustrator. So the illustrations are by Irina Kudryavtseva.
Okay.
So this is Hurry Up, Honey. Not published yet. Hurry up, honey, let's wake up. Hurry up, honey, let's wake up. Hurry up, honey, let's wake up. Let's go, let's go. Why do you go so slow, slow as a sloth? Hurry up, honey, let's get dressed. Hurry up, honey, let's get dressed. Hurry up, honey, let's get dressed. Let's go, let's go. Why do you go so slow, slow as a sloth? So I won't do the whole thing, but let's eat breakfast, let's brush your teeth, let's tie your shoes. Come here, honey, give me a hug. Come here, honey, give me a hug. Come here, honey, give me a hug. I love you. Thank you, honey, for teaching me to slow down. So that's Hurry Up, Honey.
Wow, that was so nice. Thank you so much for the beautiful lesson and the wonderful music. I really enjoyed.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you so much for having me.
And I again want to thank you for the valuable information and the free and discounted courses that you are offering. And I'm sure a lot of people would be happy to avail these opportunities.
Yeah, and I look forward to meeting your viewers. And thank you so much for the opportunity. It was such an honor and a pleasure.
So that's all for this video, and in my next video I'm going to talk to you more about music and how it heals our body and affects our brain. And as an alternative healthcare practitioner, I also use music in healing people, and I'm going to explain to you how that works, because our body has rhythm. Our heart beats in a rhythm, we breathe in a rhythm. So that's how, when certain rhythms are lacking in our body, we get diseases. And we would be talking in detail about this in my next video. Bye for now, and please do not forget to like and subscribe so that I can make more free videos for you. Thank you.